In this unit training, we are going to be discussing your why and setting goals. First of all, we need to talk about your why, because that is what is going to fuel your fire on days when you get tired and you don't want to show up, or you would rather have a burger instead of, eating something healthy, or you would rather have, biscuits and gravy for breakfast instead of your Shakeology. Whatever it may be, your why is, like I said, what is going to fuel your fire on days when days get tough, because days are going to get tough. So it's really important to dig deep and to figure out what your why is. And your why is, why did you decide to reach out to one of us and join this virtual gym? Or why did you say yes if one of us happened to reach out to you and ask you to join? Have you hit rock bottom? Have you tried everything else and nothing else has worked and you're just desperate and you want change? Or do you want to lose weight for a wedding that you have coming up? Or do you have postpartum baby weight and you want to get rid of it? Or do you just want to feel confident in your own skin, or learn how to eat healthy? Learn how to treat your body right so you've got the energy to play with your kids. Whatever your why may be, it needs to be deep. A lot of people say that, your why needs to be deep enough that it might make you cry, because we've all been there with our frustrations, and we've all been there, kind of at a low where we're just not feeling real great. So I want you to dig really, really deep and find out what your why is. And after you find your why, you're going to set some goals. And I think goals should be long-term, short-term. I think you should have daily goals, weekly, monthly, lifetime goals. I think it's really, really important that you don't just hit long-term goals and reach for those. I feel like they should be broken down a little bit. So for instance, your long-term goals could be lose 50 pounds or to lose all of your baby weight. Like I said, whatever it may be, that might be a long-term goal. But your short-term goals, which I think are equally as important to set, might be to lose 5 pounds, or maybe to get your recommended amount of water in daily, or to set a schedule up where you make sure to drink your shakes every day, or that you're showing up for yourself daily when it comes to your workouts. Whatever you set for your short-term and long-term goals, there is no right or wrong. They're going to be different and look different on everybody when it comes to that. A lot of my goals are just to say no to as many sweets as I can, because I am a sugar addict. So that's a daily goal of mine, is to make sure that I don't just give into temptation constantly. Another daily goal of mine is to drink my water every day and get my recommended, amount in. And then, long-term goals might be to lose 5 or 10 pounds, or to maybe, get muscle gain in my arms, or maybe, to lift my booty, with my workout. So everybody is going to have a different why, and everybody's going to have different goals. So don't copy what somebody else might be doing. You need to think deep about what got you here to this point, and why you want to accomplish something and what it is that you want to accomplish. And I want you to write it down, and I want you to have this in front of you, because it needs to be a daily reminder. It is so much easier for me in the winter time when spring clothes start, coming out with their pre-launches for what's coming out. I might cut it out of a magazine or screenshot it and have it where I want it, and be like, what? I want my legs, to tone up before summertime. And looking at those pictures of the cute spring and summer clothes, is probably going to give me motivation. Or if you're going on vacation somewhere, post a picture of that place and think about how you want to feel when you get there. And that's another thing, is you constantly want to be reminding yourself when days are tough, is yes, it might be hard right now, but how awesome is it going to feel a month from now, or 2 months, or a year from now, when you are constantly going after your goals and you're remembering your why and you're going for it. Keep that in mind on how awesome it's going to feel once you get there. And another important thing about setting goals is to reward yourself. What fun is that if you have a goal and you reach it and then there's just nothing? So make sure to think about what it is that is a good reward for yourself. Maybe it might be, a fun date night at, you know, some restaurant you've wanted to been, you know, go to. Or, you know, for me, it's always workout clothes. I love workout clothes. So every time I finish a program, I always go buy a new workout outfit. You know, some people do different things. So think about what it is that will excite you and set that in mind so that when you accomplish this by a certain date, then you're going to treat yourself. Maybe it's an ice cream cone if, you know, if ice cream is your weakness. Like I said, clothes do it for me, or, you know, date nights, stuff like that. Think about what it is that might excite you. And I want you to post that in front of you too, because that's going to drive you to your goals as well. Now, another thing that I want you to keep in mind while you are doing your workouts and thinking about your why and your goals is it's not just about the physical. When it comes to setting goals and to thinking about why it is that you show up every day when you don't want to, you have to think about the internal part and how it makes you feel. You know, I'll be honest with you. When I first started on my own health and fitness journey with these programs, I guess about 3 years ago, it was just to lose weight. I thought of workouts as kind of a punishment for what I had eaten. It's like, you know what, I wouldn't have to be doing these workouts if I had just eaten healthy. And that's a really, really bad mindset to have. And I didn't even think much about it. I just assumed that's why people work out, because, you know, they want to lose weight and, you know, it's to work off all the bad foods you had eaten. I was probably 1.5 to 2 years in before something clicked and I realized that it is so much more than just losing weight for me. And if you're doing this just to lose weight, you might give up a lot easier. You know, it might be easier for you to just quit. You've got to dig deeper on how it makes you feel. You know, I suffer from anxiety really bad. And when I show up and work out every day, my anxiety can be up here and it completely drops. When I eat clean, you know, and I follow a program completely how it's supposed to be, my anxiety will go away almost 95%. I've got so much more energy to play with my kids. I've got more patience to play with my kids when I'm eating healthy. Sugar really turns us into sugar monsters, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed it in yourself. Our kids tend to do the same thing. But I tend to be a much more patient person, a loving wife, a loving mother when I eat healthy and when I am working out every day. And it helps my anxiety big time. You know, you might not think that you have enough time in the day to work out, but honestly, working out gives me more time throughout the day because it clears my head and it makes me really be able to concentrate a whole lot more. And it makes me not feel so overwhelmed at everything that has to be done for the day. It's like, it calms you down because it's like, all right, I've worked out. So now I'm able to tackle all this stuff and you just feel amazing. So you've really, really got to think about that stuff as well, because I have cried before because I've not wanted to work out. I've procrastinated. You know, I have gotten angry because all I wanted was pizza, but I knew how it would make me feel. And I knew that wouldn't help get me towards my goals. I mean, everybody gets, you know, a treat meal. You know, definitely treat yourself to it. But it's going to get hard some days. And like I said, it cannot just be physical, you know, about the physical appearance. So I really, really want you to think about that. I do not want you to ever hate your workouts and think of it as a punishment. It is not a punishment for your body. It's like a blessing that we're able to do because we're physically able to work out and because we can afford healthy foods, where people in other countries don't even have, you know, the water and the foods that we have. So think of it all as a blessing and that you're treating yourself the best that it can be treated by feeding it what it needs to be fed and working it out every day. So I really, really want y'all to keep that in mind. You know, a lot of people, like I said, think on the surface when it comes to working out, but it's a lot deeper than that. And that's what's going to get you through. That is what is going to carry you. So I want you to think about all that stuff, your why, your goals, and what it is on why you show up, and how do you feel after you're done with your workout, how amazing you feel, and how you are the rest of the day, and how it changes you a little bit. So I want y'all to keep all that in mind, because trust me, you're going to dig deep and you're going to use all of these tools when you need them the most. So see y'all in the next training.